I just want to quickly talk a bit more about the IT space because we've got a Morgan Stanley CIO survey for the current quarter. That's Q3 calendar year 2022. Morgan Stanley conducted the survey between the 6th of August and the 6th of September. And these are the key takeaways from the Morgan Stanley CIO survey. This has implications for IT companies because it gives you an indication of what the budgets are going to be for this year and likely for the next year. So point number one, the negative revisions to the 2022 budgets continue. IT services budgets have come down for the fourth consecutive quarter. For this year, CIOs now look at an expectation that the growth is going to be 2.6%, but this compares with 4.6% a year ago. The second takeaway, the initial expectations for 2023 budget, that's next year's budget, also shows deceleration. The services growth is now seen at 2.2%, which compares with a 2.6% growth that they're anticipating for this year, which means next year's budget is going to be lower by 40 basis points. Thirdly, the vendors, that's the IT services companies' willingness to discount has also ticked up in this survey. So currently, 29% of the CIOs indicated that vendors are far more willing to give discount, which compares with 26% in the prior quarter. So what are the key takeaways for the Indian IT space, according to Morgan Stanley? They're saying the current cycle of downward revisions to IT spending growth is showing some similarities to that of 2008, 2009. However, there is no data to suggest if the current down cycle will be as severe as that of 2008, 2009, when the downward revisions in spending growth continued for multiple quarters before finding a bottom. They said Accenture's FY24 revenue guidance does give you some indication of what growth is going to be for FY24 for the Indian IT vendors, but according to them, they expect the stocks to trade in a narrow range until clarity on 2023 budget emerges and margin pressures also subside. Well, that's the update coming in from Morgan Stanley. Let's get into a short break. As we do that, here is some important news for all our investors. You can now track the US market actions real time on Money Control. Log on to the Money Control website, app, and stay informed about all that matters in the global markets.